I really honestly feel like the generations have always, like, even back with my generation, we was always fast. And
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of me and my friends, we like, well, we was 16, so it's like it's happening earlier. But I also know boys who, started having intercourse when they was like 11 and 12. And kids nowadays, they're still doing the same thing now at the same ages. Like, even when I was a child, I knew girls who was outside at 13. So I feel like it's becoming a bigger problem now because it's more known about. Like, social media is
Yeah.
creating a platform for people to be able to connect in more ways than they've ever been able to connect. Information is literally right there. You ain't got to do nothing but type it in Google. You feel me? You can use whatever search engine you use. It's information everywhere. Like, when I was working on my criminal justice degree a couple of years ago, a lot of people were talking about how no one never remembers the victims. They always remember the people who they remember the villains of the story. And they remember the villains because they're always on the news. They always get written about. People do essays and papers and they do all these investigation channels and they do that not to make the villains memorable, but they do that so people will know. But while they making sure people know, they're also pushing their name. They're continuously pushing everything. And that's how life works. When, like, how we have all these serial killers everybody knowing about now, it wasn't like that
Yeah.
about 10, 15, 20 years ago because you wouldn't know. Like, that's why it's like it seems like the justice system is so far behind. That's how, like, all these hospitals getting hacked, all these pharmaceutical companies getting hacked because they're not able to keep up with the time. The more people keep playing with AI and technology, the faster it's gonna go. And if you're gonna increase people knowledge of AI and technology, why aren't you making sure that they're safe while they're doing whatever they're doing? That's just
I
like, go ahead.
I agree, and and kind of to say what you're saying, but I do want to go other places. I feel like history repeats itself, and a lot of time we keep acting like men were better back then. No, they weren't. It just went
Nope.
magnified. The same men that were back then are the same men today. The same women were back then is the same women today. We keep thinking like people just all of a sudden change. No, no, it's like you said, it's all on Front Street now. It's all exposed now, and that's just what it is. Men
Mhm.
used to cheat back then. Ain't no more good men. It's the same amount of good men that it was back then that it is now. And the women, they were cheating back then too. So let just be 100. But like I said, since it's all put in your face now, everybody want to always say back then such and such was different. No, it wasn't. It just was undercover with it.
Yep.
Even polygamy relationships, swingers, lesbians, all gay folks, all that stuff has always been there. We
Uh,
got to stop acting like it wasn't. I ain't well. That's the old school way. No, no. What the old school way? How you think? How do y'all think we got to the new school way?
yes,
It had to be. It had to come from somewhere.
because baby, Ghetto Twins been out for over
That, that's
30 years.
it. Well,
Yeah. How you think fried chicken made it to the day? That shit got passed down from generation to generation. So you think only fried chicken was the only thing that got passed on down here? No,
It
all the
was
bad
not.
stuff got passed
We
with it
had
too.
passed down that macaroni and cheese and dressing too.
Yeah, there you go. Everything with it. But all the good and the bad, that stuff been going on.
The
We
good, the
just
bad.
it just on the resurface now.
What has changed that was never a problem before was children respect the elderly. That has been completely evaporated. Like, did I freeze? Okay. I thought I froze. You got stuck. Anyway, so there's a lack of respect for the elderly. Like, even people my age don't always respect the elderly. Like, I remember my auntie Dirty working at the Golden Pantry, and at nighttime the college kid they get a little rude, and I used to have to go in there and be like, she's still your elder. Why you talking to her like that? Of course, she moving a little slow. She in her 60s. What did
Yeah.
you expect? She not. She gotta be. She got tired of being in the house. She was bored. So it just is a lack of respect for the elderly, and then there's also the fact that people are having kids so early. We don't have time to sit there to allow the elderly to get old because
Yeah.
my mom was at work. My grandmama raised me. I
Yeah.
had my children early, so my mama was helping me raise my children while I was at work. So it's a lot of young mamas, young grandmamas, and even younger great grandmamas.
Yeah.
It great grandmamas outside and they 40 something and they already great grandmamas, but they still outside because they
Yeah.
been children all their life.
You could be 40-some years old and somebody asking you if that's your grandbaby. That how times has changed now. Times
Yes.
has really changed like that. You could be it it's crazy to me. That's funny, man. That's funny. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. It is about like Kiki 100% with you, but it's kind of like that. And I want to go to another side. It's kind of like that in the streets too. You remember back then you had the OGs in the street. Nobody touched them. Nobody then. They
Right.
had a certain level of respect. These days, that don't matter. Yeah, hey, don't boy buck at you. Don't folk from the street. You got no respect now. So it's like that all over. Even supervisors, they don't get the same respect. Nobody teachers definitely don't get the same respect. God bless all the teachers who actually trying to raise children in the couple of hours you do a day. Because some of the parents ain't holding their end of the bargain. But anyway,
Oh,
it's just the disrespect, man, that
yeah.
we get on the nurses and the CNAs and look at how they taking care of these people, your loved ones, but you treat them like crap. These folks saying about your people. You know what I'm saying? So nobody got the respect no more. It's just
Nobody.
like it's sad. It's a sad thing to see, man. It's sad.
Yes, it is.
No appreciation, So that's why I say shout out to the people that work in the healthcare field and shout out to them school teachers and them teachers, man.
Don't forget about the mental health.
Don't forget about the mental health. You can't shout out to them, man, because
Yes.
it's a mentally taxing position and career to be in.
Yes,
I can see that. Would you rather swallow a clean glass of water or some bull?